Sure.
They want to do it together.
Right. Thank you.
How are you? For being here. Yes, sir. Good to see you. Been all right?
Day started with the judge in a meeting. And,
How you doing?
oh, sorry. Well, hard to see. Oh. Looking out for me. Judge? That was so wonderful. Great.
We're done, right? We're over. They don't even think about y'all.
Thank you. Hey, buddy, hey, that would be the blessing of my day. That would be the blessing of my day.
We're looking at the numbers.
Well, I want to
20 seconds.
thank our clerk, Mr. Smith, and our judge, Callaway, and if you all would just start on, and then we'll go on to questions. Thank you both for being here and appearing jointly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, members of the council, Budget and Finance Committee. It's a great pleasure to be here this afternoon. Judge Callaway and I once again are here for our third consecutive budget hearing together to show our solidarity in working in juvenile court in the clerk's office and our support of one another. I'll be short in my presentation because of the fact that we're not asking for any increases in our budget this year in the clerk's office. We are operating everything effectively and efficiently, and just keeping up with the workflow on a daily basis. And I want to thank the clerk's office for the hard work they do and the dedication that they all provide each and every day. And I'll turn it over to Judge Callaway, and we'll answer any questions, or I can answer any questions now before she starts, or whatever I need to do.
Thank you. I don't know if I need this mic or not. I do. All right. Again, I also want to say thank you, Councilman Cooper, for this opportunity. I enjoy having the opportunity to present along with David Smith. We have a wonderful working relationship down in juvenile court, and we're doing a lot of work. I cannot say enough for our wonderful staff that time year after year has done an amazing job of addressing all of the problems of the youth. We are about preventing problems from happening, promoting the positive potential of all the youth that come through our court system, and promoting fairness and hope in our system. And that is what our team does each and every day, and they do a lot of work. We are excited about the opportunity that Mayor Bayer has presented in her budget to giving us one additional position with the Support Intervention Accountability Team. And that is our team that you've probably formerly known as probation officers, but they do more than enforce probation rules. What they do is they support our youth and their families. They intervene if there are other problems that are coming into that family's life and that youth life, as well as they do things that are necessary to hold our children accountable for their actions, to make sure that they understand that we are there to help them to not get in any more further trouble. And so we are glad to have the opportunity to add one additional team member to the crew that we already have. We are also glad that Mayor Berry gave us the money in her suggested budget to increase our contracted services through youth opportunity investment. That is something that was budgeted that needs to go in there. It has to happen as an escalation every year as we have the contract with our detention facility. They are also doing great work. They are under the leadership of Dallas Scott, who's an interim director, changing the lives of our youth each day that they're in there. They're bringing art to them with the Arts Commission and working on a lot of different programs. They do some restorative justice in our detention facility. They're making a difference in those children's lives that have to be detained. And so we're doing a lot, and we appreciate the money that has been set aside for juvenile court, and are more than ready and able to answer any questions that you may have.
All right, thank you, Judge. Councilman Mendez.
Since I just pressed a button, I guess I'm the only one.
Now some others.
So thanks for being here. Thanks for the job you guys do. I've heard just sort of around the bar that the courthouse you guys are working on is jam-packed, and I'm wondering whether that's got any negative impact on what you can do with your budget.
Our building is a little jam-packed, and whenever we think about bringing on additional resources and additional people, there is a space issue about where we would put them. The benefit of having our support engine accountability team, the majority of them have offices in the community. We have relationships with the Metro Housing Department as well as the Parks Department, where we have, and some of the schools and some community centers where we actually house our staff in the communities. And so that way, it's a better service tool so they can work with their children that are in the community instead of having to come to the building, as well as just having them out in the community and not having to worry about the space in the building. We have a capital request, and I'm not sure what the process is about that yet, but there is going to be a significant capital request for a new youth facility so that we would be able to operate better in our business. We do have crowded courtrooms and crowded hallways, not a lot of waiting area space, so that makes it difficult. So we definitely try, as we docketed cases, to to try and get, the larger dockets not all at the same time, so that there are not a lot of people around at the same time, but it does sometimes get a little complicated.
Looking forward in future years' budget, the new facility that you mentioned, is it more space where you are now or different facility? What's the plan for that?
Well, and again, we like to thank the council, and I guess it was last year's council for giving us the funds in order to do a building study. And so that is almost in the end of the study. I think we've got one more meeting scheduled to meet with the people that did it. It's DLR Company Group. And what they've done is basically determine what the space is that we need, not determining exactly where it should be, but what the space is that we need. And currently we are clearly under the standard of what we should be, and definitely under the standard they projected for up until 2025, and we're clearly below what we need to be. The space that we're in currently may or may not be big enough to house what we really need. And so I think that's in the future discussion, but it's nothing that's, the building plan did not, address that issue.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for everything you guys do.
Thank you, Councilman. Council Lady Allen.
Again, just looking at trends, there's a big decrease in your special purpose funds. Do you know what that's, and it doesn't seem to be a problem for you, so I guess it's just for information only that I'm asking. Where did all that go, and why do you not need it?
Well, the actual decrease, and if you're looking at it's under the child support enforcement portion, that portion is actually part of a grant fund, and it's actually going to be on the May 16th agenda for approval of the grant portion. And so I guess that will be taken care of at that point.
Anything, Council Lady? Any further question? Thank you very much. Councilman Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have two questions. One for Judge Callaway. Judge Callaway, are you in charge of the detention as well?
Yes, sir. We are in charge of detention as well. We actually contract services for our detention facility to a company called Youth Opportunity Investment.
Right. And I want to give you a chance to brag. Now, I think your detention is accredited.
It is.
So you want to go ahead and explain that, because that's really important. I've worked in juvenile services for over 25 years, well, 32 to be exact, and I know how important it is. And when you're dealing with youth, it's very, very important. It's a little bit more intense than adults. So that accreditation process and keeping officers and training is very expensive. And I want to give you an opportunity to allow the public to know what accreditation means. Then, Mr. Smith, when I come to you, sir, I'd like for you to tell me about, and the reason I'm doing it is so you can get your thoughts together, your collection process, how's it working? I haven't had a chance to go through the books, but every clerk that come before us, we want to know if you're collecting the money that's owed out, how's it working? And I know your fees are not waived, but when we get around to you, if you could talk to us about collection, that'd be great. I'm sorry, Judge, would you tell us about accreditation?
Yes, I can definitely tell you about the accreditation process. In different facilities that deal with juveniles, or incarcerated folks, whether it's juveniles or adults, have the opportunity to go through accreditation through the ACA. And our facility, and let me explain too, when I started, there was a different facility that ran our juvenile detention facility, and that was G4S. And at that time, they were accredited as well. The accreditation follows the company, and so when we got the new company, YOI, they had to go back through the process of for them to be accredited. And so they went through a very lengthy process. We have auditors that came from Texas, Florida, and I believe Ohio. They go through all of the records of the children. They did a very intensive interviewing period where they talked one-on-one with several of the youth that were in the facility. They also talked to several of the staff members that were in the facility as well. So it's not just based on the paperwork or not just based on what the children say. They do a testing of the food. They do a testing of the education system that we provide for our children as well. And based on all of that, they do recommend, based on that the YI new facility be accredited as well. And so we're very proud of the work that they've done. We also do a lot of, our youth have to go to school in our facility, and we have a contract, or YOI has a contract with a school facility that also gives them education. We have a partnership with Metro Schools that they provide to us a special ed teacher in our facility. So we have a principal, several teachers along with a special ed teacher. And so our hope is that they're not losing out on any schooling while they're detained, and so that they can go straight from our facility back to their school and never get far behind, because we understand that, you know, the school to prison pipeline is real, and if they get disengaged from school, then the likelihood for them to be in the prison system increases greatly. And so we want to eliminate that and make sure that they continue with their schooling, continue with everything that they need to be successful when they get out of detention.
And that is so, so important. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mrs. Smith, if you will you just talk to us about your collection process, where we are, and how's that working?
Our collection process, as far as you're talking about collections that go out to the collection
Well, I guess the
agency,
court
or-
fees, the collection that you would collect from a juvenile court clerk's position. I guess it's court costs. I know a lot of my clients are ordered to pay court costs, and there are outstanding fees that some people, I guess, don't pay, and I want to know how we're collecting all the fees that are assigned to be paid.
We send letters to defendants or juvenile respondents. I know there's a different terminology than there is in criminal court. And we give them 30 days to, or excuse me, 1 year to pay those fees and fines and costs. And then they're turned over actually to the collection agency at a later date who goes out and tries to collect those as well. A lot of the programs that Judge Callaway has adopted now are not necessarily waiving fees and costs, but putting those aside. And when they complete those programs, those costs and fines do go away. So our revenue stream is down a little from last year because of that. We've had discussions about that, but the outside programs that she's put in place seem to be working. So the fines and costs aren't as heavy as they have been in the past.
So your fees, your revenue stream is a little bit down, but we have much more effectiveness based on the program that the juvenile judge has set up. So we're losing on a little on one end, but we're gaining on another end.
Exactly.
Okay. And as far as
The workflow is still there,
right,
but the revenue may be down a little
right,
because of that reason.
and in your budget request, did you get the appropriations that were needed,
I
Mrs.
didn't
Smith?
ask for anything in my
Okay.
budget request.
And Judge Callaway, did you get all the appropriations beside the new center, and that's to be determined?
We asked for some additional things, but that was not given in the mayor's budget. However, knowing that we have that capital requests that may be coming up soon, as well as space issues, we can operate with what we've got.
You can operate with what you got?
We can.
Okay.
We recognize that there are a lot of agencies in metro government, and a lot of people have a lot of needs.
Right.
And we do have needs. However, we are able to operate how we can, the best ability that we can. We recognize that, there's a priority, and especially transportation. And, I laugh a little when it takes us 10 minutes to come from juvenile court, which is right over the bridge to the courthouse, because of transportation issues. And so we recognize that there's going to be a need to put a significant number in areas like that, and in the police and the school systems. And because of that, we can operate with what we were granted.
Well, that's very considerate and commendable, and I think the juvenile court does a great job. Thank you.
Appreciate that. And
Thank
we
you, Mr.
enjoy you
Chairman.
practicing down there, so we love it when you come.
Thank you.
Councilman, Council Lady Johnson.
Thank you, Chair Cooper. Well, both of you are such a superpower team. And, we're just so proud as a city with everything that both of you are doing with our juvenile court system, the outreach, the communications. You're always out in the community. You're always on 92Q.
I'll be there on Sunday.
See? And so that is just refreshing to see that connection. It gives our youth hope. I hear nothing but good things from our new director, Dr. Sean Joseph. And the work that you're doing is tremendous, so thank you both. One of the things I wanted to follow back up on that I didn't see in this year's budget was the 2 additional probation officer positions that specialize in dependent and neglected cases. Were you able to add that staff, and where are you with that?
So we were able to add that staff from the last year's budget. We have one probation officer that's dedicated to do it, and she's doing a great job to doing home studies and working with that category of cases that was not necessarily covered by the Department of Children's Services. And it helps with the flow of the business, because now that we have at least one, and we will have another one getting trained with her as well, to do that work as well, because there is a lot of those cases. And so she's currently doing the home studies and doing the follow-up after the home studies to see what the families might need.
Okay, and the other question was about the expansion of the restorative justice practices. Where are you on that?
Well, we are working on it. I see General Funk here, and he's going to have the opportunity to go back out to California to find out more about the process. We are working with Impact Justice, which is an agency that is located in Oakland, California, and they are helping us to navigate and bring restorative justice to our youth. We have Captain Gordon Howie from the police department, Glenn Funk, and Don Diener, and individuals from my office had recently met. I think it was in the end of April, and we are hoping to hone down on a person who will be, I guess, pretty much a nonprofit organization person who will be working directly with Impact Justice to handle all of the cases that we have determined would be appropriate for the restorative justice practice. My goal is, and the 3 of them will probably cringe when I say it, but my goal is after Glenn gets back from the trip in June that we'll be ready to go by July, maybe August. Okay, I'll give y'all August. But we are actively working on it, and we know it's going to make a huge difference to the way that we run our system, and it's going to make a big change in the life of the juveniles that get to go through the restorative justice process. So we are looking forward to starting it as soon as we get all the little pieces together.
And so the increase of 1 unit probation officer in this year's budget, what will that help you to accomplish?
That will help us to accomplish the work that we have now for the youth who are being supervised or youth who are being supervised by our SIA division. And one of the things I want you all to know, the community as well as the council, is we have expanded what our probation officer teams do. And so previously, you only had a probation officer per se if you were on supervised probation. What we have done is there are a number of cases where we're diverting the cases from the actual court process. However, we're giving services to their families. And so instead of what we used to doing a lot was we'd have these small minor cases like your runaway kids, your curfew violators, your disorderly conducts that probably didn't amount to much court time. They would go in front of one of the magistrates and we'd give them a fine court costs and say never come back. But we weren't really figuring out why they came in the first place and what really that child needs. And so what we're doing now is we're diverting them from the court system. However, we're doing a full assessment of those youth to make sure that we have and know everything that's going on with them and everything that they, along with their family, needs. Our assessments include a child and adolescent needs assessment. It includes a risk assessment that we've gotten from the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act. It includes the ACEs, Adverse Childhood Experiences questionnaire. It also includes a 40 developmental asset test. And so we're getting a full picture of what the needs are for this child and that child's family and what their strengths are. And so now our SIA team is charged with making sure that whatever they need and the resources that they are requiring, that we connect them to that and that we help them to do that. And so because of that, their caseload has expanded. And so they're not only just dealing with the kids that were on our typical supervised probation, but they're dealing with all of the kids that have any type of court supervision. And so, for instance, I will say back in 2015, the cases that we had were diverted cases or cases that were on the misdemeanor docket were about 1,900. Now they're up to about 3,432. And that was the number that we pulled back in March. And so they're doing a lot more work and helping a lot more youth and helping a lot more of our families in the community, which is a wonderful thing. We could use 10 more for those positions. I think my staff says, no, we need at least 30. But, we'll deal with the one more increase now. And as we get our new building, hopefully, and able to expand and do more services, then hopefully we'll be able to fill the more spots that we might need.
Okay, I'm almost through.
All right.
And that's why we call you the hardest working judge here. We see the incredible amount of work you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Clerk Smith, you had asked for help with additional officers to serve petitions that are found on the parentage dockets. How is that going?
That would be Judge Calloway.
That was us.
Oh, okay.
That was us, and we did get those 2 new officers, and it has increased our service abilities. We are serving more people to come to the parentage court, which is a wonderful thing because when we get them into the court, we're able to help these parents. And if you have parents who are connected and helping their children and doing more things, then you have healthier children. We did a study a couple years ago that showed the children that were getting transferred to the adult system, one of the things that was missing is those cases were beginning in our parentage or our neglect dependent cases. And so what we're doing is we're bringing more people to court and we're giving them more services, particularly through our parental assistance court. And with that parental assistance courts, we have connections with a lot of different agencies that are helping the non-custodial parent, which is most of the time the father, remove whatever the barriers are from preventing them to have a relationship with their child. And so if it's, child support because they can't pay because they don't have a job, we're working with 413, we're working with Goodwill, just different agencies around the city that are helping them with job skills. We have a wonderful relationship with the Public Defender's Office, and so our parental assistance court specialists will take our clients to the Public Defender's Office and help them fill out the paperwork to see if any of their charges can be expunged or see if any of their fees can be waived so that they can get their license or they can get a job. Whatever it is that need, we're working with these parents to make sure that they're getting to have a relationship with their children.
Thank you, and I look forward to also getting the report from DLR. I'm sure you will be sharing that with the council. Do you know at this point if the current parcel is expandable or is it constrained? Should you have to look at a larger footprint?
I think the current parcel that we are, as you know, is right by Nissan Stadium, and I believe that it's constrained and may not be able to expand in that area, and so there may be a process of needing to have to move to a different location. I'm not sure about that at this point, but that is definitely something that we'll have to look into. And just to share, the current square footage of the building that we have now is about 95,533. What we need to be at standard, if we were to operate with the number of offices and things that we have currently, we need currently to just be at standard 191,446 square foot. So we are over 100,000 square foot short than what we need to be a standard courthouse size. And that includes like our waiting areas, our courtrooms. We are woefully not equipped for the area that we have. The projections, if we were to go to a building projected on the cases that we would have and the growth in population, we would need a facility that's about 286,000 square foot. And so there's significant room to grow. Whether there's space to grow at the current facility that we're not sure. We would love to, if we don't get the capital funding for the full build out for this capital year, we would love to have some funding for at least the design of the building and to find a location so that we can at least get the process started so that in the future year when the money is available that we'd be ready to build and ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Lady. Councilman Roten.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Judge Callaway, it's great to see you here today. Mr. Smith, great to see you here. I see y'all on a weekly basis, so it's just like old times seeing y'all. I was fortunate enough to be appointed by Councilman Hager from the Lawyers Caucus to sit in with you guys down at the juvenile court about the new building. And I'm just going to Talia sitting over there so she can hear me. Can you hear me, Talia? I hope you can hear me. I was very, very disappointed when I did not see the new courthouse in this year's budget. And I'm making sure Talia hears me and takes it all the way to the top because I practice down there weekly and I know how much space y'all do not have. And we're dealing with the most important things in our city, and that's our children. And so when I go upstairs here in this court, the walls just echo. We have so much space over here, and we come down to your court, and we're packed in there like sardines. There's no waiting room. There's no place for the children to go. We definitely need more space for the juvenile court, wherever that may be. And we don't need it next year. We need it now. So you did very good when Councilman Mendez asked you the question. You did very good when Councilman Coleman asked you the question. You tap danced very well, but I'm not tap dancing. I'm telling them straight up, you need more space. And so I just want to thank you for the job you do. Mr. Smith, the job you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Roten, and I definitely appreciate it. I know that we are tight in space, and it would be great if we could have that. But if I recognize the needs of the city, and I understand exactly what you're saying. Stop tapping. Okay, I'll stop tapping.
Well, we have a dance instructor here at the Finance Administration.
I just think it's important to remember that what we're hearing today is the operating budget. The courthouse is a capital request, and that proposal has not yet been submitted by the mayor.
So it may yet be
It will be presented on May 15th.
on May 15th. All right. Thank you, Talia. And then Councilman Coleman, did you
But I
have
just
a
want to
follow-up?
ask Talia one question. Talia, with that, would staff be assigned to it? I mean, because with the capital budget, let's say we put it into the capital budget next year, and judges determine they need 25 more staff members. Should we not incrementally be thinking about staff if we
Yes,
go into a
and-
new building?
Yeah, we absolutely do that, and that was part of the budget submission for the capital. Every capital project had to include an operating budget impact, and the judge did submit that to us.
Okay.
So that if the project is approved, that we will know what that impact is. So, Judge, I don't know if you have that with you.
I do have it with me. If you give me just 2 seconds, and I'll put my hands on it. I wasn't expecting that question. I apologize. That we estimated approximately $1,682,000 increase in our capital, in our operating cost once the new building is completed. That would include an additional about 26 new positions. It would include an increase in security needs for positions. It would include increase for providing food services, because the new facility would also include a 12-bed respite care facility for our youth that cannot go home for the night. It would also include ancillary expenses, for about the 26 new employees that we would have. So the total estimated operating budget if we were to have the new facility would be $1,682,000.
And that's what I wanted out for the record, because they need to travel in twos. You can't get a budget just for the capital side and not anticipate staff. So I know that you knew, but since we're going on the record, Talia, I wanted you to know that we hope that when this subject is broached, that we broach both of them together.
We absolutely agree.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilman. And then Councilman Roten, did you have a follow-up question? You're all set. All right. Coleman? All right. Well, Judge and Mr. Smith, thank you very much for coming. It was most enlightening. And
I love starting my day with you and ending it as well. Thank you, Coach.
thank you.
I mean, Councilman.